Candidate Q&A.
Yeah.
I was just thinking now, it's like the 19th of November already.
Well, I know.
So for those who haven't got their chocolate calendars for their kids or for their partner or for themselves, they're in the shops now. You've got about another 11 days before you can start opening them, and then a lot of the people have got the Christmas countdown now. So for many, we'll be wrapping up on, I think, the 20th of December, is that right? 21st of December. So I think a lot of people, we've been talking about it this week, a lot of people have obviously got that long break where either, many people are coming back on the 7th of January. Yeah, that's if you're in the contract world. Perhaps you are coming back a little bit earlier if you're not in that world, and perhaps you're working right over Christmas as well. So I hope you're having a good time. Right, so this is our episode 42 of our candidate Q&A. We do this every week on Facebook. Just going to turn it off because it's flashing. This is a chance for you to ask questions to us, and we'll try our best to answer them from our candidates. The first question of the day we've got is Crichton. Crichton is based in Belgium. Thanks to this, Crichton. He says he often sends his CV to candidates, he often sends his CVs to companies and he doesn't hear back. Why is that? What's going on in the marketplace? Maybe. I don't know. It's quite an open question, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's quite common. Unfortunately, obviously, I don't know what your channel is for with regards to if you're applying directly or indirectly.
I think a bit of both from the looks of it.
But as I think it's said this before, always just get out there and ask for feedback yourself directly. It may be there's many applicants. It may be the fact you haven't just got to you yet. The role could be on hold. And I think just for your own peace of mind and for your planning purpose, I would follow up definitely for sure with a call, email, connect on LinkedIn, follow up that way. And try and find out what the status is, because you don't want to be sitting around waiting for feedback on something that's either not there or has other applicants, or has been filled, or is just on hold. So I think it's really important you go that extra mile, follow up on your application directly for sure.
Pricing, there could be hundreds of candidates going for that particular role. There could be zero, and it makes it really difficult for you to know where you are in the pecking order. Yeah, a lot of companies now as well. It's quite interesting. We were talking about this last week. A lot of companies now are looking to put in chatbots, so as part of their process on their career website, you can actually ask those questions like, when am I expecting to get feedback? It'll either be a live person talking, or it will be an auto-responded answer that they've configured. So at least you might be able to get some interaction. So if you can't reach them on LinkedIn, you can't reach them via email, you can't reach them by phone, maybe there's a chatbot or something else. So as Mark said, we're following up every single avenue.
I think that's something for the future. As you say, some people are doing it now, but I think certainly you'll start to see more of that, just so it's a better customer experience, basically, I think, for the candidates.
We had Roshan. Roshan is a systems architect. He's looking to go to Germany for a contract. He's heard about freelancing and AUG, and he's got his own limited company in the UK. What should he do? Let's not go too much into tax advice, of course.
No, I was going to say that to be fair, Germany's not an area I've looked after before, so I think that's one for you, to be fair. I'm not particularly familiar with the ins and outs of the new legislation.
Yeah, all I say is, Russian, it's changing all the time, and I would just ensure that you have a fully compliant in-country solution. Again, a bit of a grey area if you're a permanent. I say grey area if you're a permanent employee working for an organisation from the UK, going to Germany, that's a different matter. As an independent contractor, you'll need to ensure you're fully compliant from day one going into the country, either setting up as was it a Freiberufler? Freelancer. Yeah, it's a German freelancer, or that you are under an AUG solution, which is almost putting you on a local payroll, ensuring you're fully compliant for local taxes. We've got partners that help our contractors with that, but you need to think about how you're setting up and ensuring you're fully compliant. So I would take advice from it, and I wouldn't take advice necessarily just from your UK accountant unless they are, experts in placing people across international borders.
Yeah, I think that's good advice, and certainly put some questions out on LinkedIn, find some groups that are relevant to that market, see what everyone else is doing. Certainly take some local advice as well as your own.
We have Claire is a contract project manager based in London, and she asked us, have we just seen a demand increase in the UK from Brexit, and what do we see for 2019?
Well, difficult to say. I mean, obviously there's been a massive demand increase based on Brexit. I think Brexit's come up on a number of occasions now from the client side, asking for information of who's working where, just so they can do some potential planning around that. But again, you know, I mean, the government doesn't know what it's doing, so it's difficult for the market to know what it's doing. So no, I wouldn't say there's been any massive impact so far. Maybe people are a little bit more tentative, but certainly no direct action, if you like, with regards to that itself.
No, and I think I am hearing lots of people saying that there's been a huge exodus of people. And of course, I'm sure there's going to be challenges in terms of staffing up projects and programs, and I think there is going to be issues. But I suspect that will just develop over time. But there is already a skills shortage, so I think that I think also people are holding back on big programs of work, or some organisations are. So you can see that there's been less demand, perhaps at the heavy end of the program management, program manager roles, or they're being staffed internally. I think there's a bit of a wait and see what this deal looks like.
Absolutely. What else can you do?
Yeah, exactly. Y2K all over again. I'm sure it'll be fine. Jonathan has just started a new role. Thanks for this question, Jonathan. He started a new role. It's been a mismatch for the position he was interviewed for. He doesn't want to let the customer down, but he also doesn't want to have a short contract on his CV. Any recommendations?
Well, why is it a role that wasn't the role that you thought it was going to be at the beginning? So maybe have that conversation, open and frank conversation with the hiring manager. Has it just evolved naturally into something else? Has it always been the case? And maybe there's room to expand on that role. Maybe you could get involved in some of the things that are going on. But I think until you have the conversation, you will just be doing the same thing that you actually enjoy doing day in, day out. So
I think he's also worried about having that again.
Leaving and having a short
leaving and there being nothing else for him to move across into. I guess the only thing I was thinking of, Jonathan, is maybe you as Mark said, you've got to have that conversation with the business to explain perhaps where there was a mismatch or where there was miscommunication. Or how things have changed. But I would also, if you're worried about moving out of that organisation, these things happen, so it's fine, and you've got a good reason and a good story, so no one can, you can mention that. But also, maybe there's something else inside of that organisation that can better use your skills.
Exactly. Maybe somebody take something on board. Whatever that may be. But I think until you have that chat, difficult to think about it.
Yeah. Perhaps before you have that conversation, just be ready. Think about, is there other options that you can slot yourself into within the organisation somewhere? So have a look at that. Okay, we've got a final question from Ola. He's a web developer. He just asked us a great question. We've had this a lot over the years. How long his CV shall be? He can't get all his work fitted into 5 pages, and now it's even getting longer with the contracts that he's had. What do you recommend?
Look, I mean, to be fair, I think general consensus is always between sort of 2 and 4 pages. At least that's sort of feedback I've always had, and generally for me, I think that works quite well. You could always do a long and short version. That's something I've seen before, and I see quite a lot. And that gives either the consultant that you're working with or agency you work with the option to supply additional detail if required. But yeah, I mean, really 2 to 4 pages. I think over that is just a bit too extensive. And I understand sometimes, especially in the technical world, there's lots of qualification, lots of skills you work with. These can roll on, and there's lots of info there that maybe you want to present. But I would keep it to the latest stuff. Some of the technology you may be listing is maybe a little bit from dated or from a while back. Just keep it nice and simple. 2 to 4 pages, I think, for me personally would be my advice.
Sounds good advice. And if they want more, Ola, you can send them this extended version.
Yeah, you can do more on LinkedIn. You can expand your profile on LinkedIn if they want to check you out, which nearly everyone does these days. So you can put more info on there if required.
Fantastic. Well, look, that's it for the questions this week. If you've got any questions you want to ask us, you can add them to our Facebook page, and we'll answer them every Monday. If you prefer to email them, you can just send them to info@vireresources.com. We'll pick up 4 or 5 of the best ones, and we're here to talk to you, and hope you have a good week ahead.
Great.
Thank you.